Alright, hello, welcome all. As I quickly explained earlier, today we're just going to be working on something catered more towards the beginners, and basically just show you, especially if you're at home and you're with a family member or your partner, how to hold pads, okay? So how to hold pads for your partner and also how to get your family member to hold pads for you, okay? Because holding pads, if you don't do it right, it's going to hurt, okay? And if your partner's hurting when they're holding pads for you, there's less likelihood of them wanting to hold pads for you, okay? So everyone should know how to hold pads properly so you don't get hurt, and then you're enjoying it while you're holding pads for the other person, and the other person enjoying it when they're striking, okay? So we're just going to go over a few things that are critical for holding pads to enjoy it, okay? So jump on, Mr. Will Bunn. If you don't know who this is Will Bunn. Okay, so we're gonna work with Will today for holding the pads. Okay, so first thing's nice and easy. We're gonna work on punches, holding punches. Okay, now when beginners first start, very common, they want to hold the pads out here. Okay, like this sort of weird, I don't know, human symbol. There's a brand that looks like this, right?
Brand?
Yeah, you know, like the human sign, like that. I don't know. Anyway. So don't hold your pads out here, because if he does punch it, you're gonna go flying back. Your shoulder's gonna go flying back. It's gonna hurt your shoulders real bad, okay? Now, the other version of people doing this is this. Okay? They really want their social distancing. Okay? Again, not quite realistic, and you're gonna get very tired of this, trying to hold these pads up, okay? So, try and stay relaxed, okay? Try not to hold them up the whole time. You can put them down. I personally like to put them on my hips just to rest it. Okay, when I'm ready, I'm gonna put them up. Now, when you put the pads up, you kind of want to emulate where they will be hitting. Okay, so Will's punching, he's trying to punch my head, right? So punch my head. Oh, right there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to hold the pads here. So when he goes, jab. Okay, I'm blocking it here. Again, jab. Cross, same thing. Ish, nice and easy. Okay, now. Jab's usually a little bit in front, cross is a little bit behind because he can reach a little bit further with the cross. That's why you hold the jab a little bit closer as in the lead hand, cross a little bit further back. Okay, so we're here, like this. Okay. Now, secondly, what happens a lot, especially if you're a first timer, is you don't give them a love tap when they punch. What I mean by that is, if they're punching, his punch, it goes flying back. There's no resistance from you, okay? You're not sort of holding it in place. What I want to do is almost a little bit of a love tap. So when he punches, try to time it so when he does it, he gets a little bit of feedback and a little bit of meat in the pads, okay? So again, jab cross, just a little bit of meat, a little bit, jab cross, okay? And again, protecting the face. Again, protect your face. And again, the way I like to see it is I have gloves on and I'm using these pads as gloves to defend his punches to my face, okay? It's the only face I've got. Okay, I've already got bad teeth, I don't want even less teeth. All right, so first bit of holding pads. Very important tips. Firstly, don't hold them out here. Don't hold them out here. Hold them close to your face, okay? Rest when you need to, okay? Then when he's ready to strike, hold it close to your face. And give him a little bit of a love tap when he does this. Okay, this is for punches. Now, we're gonna work on hooks, okay? So, again, with hooks, a lot of people when they first start, they hold their hooks out here for my partner to hit, okay? Which is very unrealistic. Firstly, they're gonna punch themselves in the face, okay? You wanna hold it again like the other ones, close to my own face, okay? Because what's gonna happen is, let's say we're working on a combo. Let's say we say jab, cross, hook, ba, ba, okay? He's hitting close to where the head will be, okay? Whereas if he does this, jab, cross, hook, unrealistic, okay? I mean, it's possible where he's throwing jab, cross, and suddenly get close and come back. That's fine, but in terms of pad work, I always want to hold it close to the head, okay? So try not to hold it all the way out here. Now, another thing I see people do when they first start is they hold the hooks all the way over here. Okay, away from their face because they don't want to get hit. Okay, again, same reason, not very realistic. We want to hold it here instead of jab cross and go, hey man, hit over here, because I don't want to hit my face. Okay, so hold it close to your face, okay? And same thing with the hooks, you want to go jab cross hook, a little bit of a love tap, just a light one. Again, just a light little tap, okay? And you'll notice when I'm holding for hooks, it's right in front of my face. I'm looking at the seam of the pad, okay? Instead of forwards, it's on the side. So then we can hit a very meaty part of the pad, okay? Instead of at the side, a lot of times it might hit the corner, okay? I want to give them most of the pad. You have to give them direction where to hit, okay? Because if you do it this way, they'll want to come around the front a little bit more. If you turn it around, they'll want to come around the side a little bit more, okay? So just a little tip if you want to direct how or where they want to hit, okay? Now, next thing, with the love taps, you kind of want to do it just enough to give them feedback. What you don't want to do, which happens once in a while, is when people do this. Aya! Okay, cross. Aya! Okay, this is not good. Okay, firstly, you're gonna hurt your partner's wrists or their fists. Okay, or their knuckles, because they're hitting hard. You try to hit them back hard. Two forces collide. Something's gonna break. Okay, so you can't just run a light tap. Okay, don't hit him too hard. Okay, you'll notice as I try to hit him hard, I also come forwards a little bit too much. It means that his punches are no longer at the end of the travel, which is where it should be, but now it's kind of at an angle, whereas you see the elbow, it's not straight, it's no bueno. You want his arm straight. You don't want this, ay! Okay? You want it straight. Boom, right here. So little love taps instead of big motions, okay? Now, so that's it for everything up here. Okay, now we're gonna go to body shots, okay? When you reinforce for body shots, you kind of want to turn the pad a little bit on the same side you're going to hit. This is how I do it, okay? Turn it and then reinforce with the other pad, okay? Pull your elbows nice and tight, lift up a little bit so you're protecting yourself and sort of try to stabilize that side, okay? So when Will goes for the body shot, most of the force goes through your arms instead of straight into your side, okay? Which is going to hurt, okay? This is if you don't have a belly pad. Okay, so again, like this, all the way. Okay, so most of the force should dissipate through the pads, up your arms, and into your shoulders a little bit. Okay, same thing on the other side. Turn it, tuck it in, hold it tight against so you can hit. Okay, and once again, just a little bit of a love tap. Go again. Just a little bit of response. On the other side again. Nice and easy. Okay, now if you don't do this, it's going to hurt you, okay? So I see a lot of people do this. They just kind of hold it downwards, okay? It's going to slip and hit you. Same thing on the other side, slip and hit you, okay? In terms of how you place your arms, you can do it whichever way that you can kind of support yourself with the other pad and hold yourself in, okay? My arms go this way, so that's why it's easier for me to hold it that way, okay? So one here, pull it in, elbow tight, support. Same thing on the side, tight, support, okay? Remember, you're trying to give them the meat of the pads to protect yourself, okay? Now, for the stomach, this goes for push kicks, knees without the belly pad, and straight punches. One here, against the hip, other one over the top. Try not to hold it too tightly, because if you do try to hold the pads by the handles really tightly, death grip it, when he hits it really hard, the pad's gonna turn and your hand's gonna follow. As your hand follows, you're gonna put stress on your wrists. Okay, so it's gonna hurt your wrists if you try to hold on really tight. So for this sort of shots, just nice and relaxed, brace it against your hip. Okay, and so when you hit, there's not much force going into your body. So again, oh wait, and see how hard he's kicking? It's not good for me, but oh wait, at least it's spread out through the pads, through my arms, okay, instead of directly into my wrists or into my body, okay? So, you can do this for punches, oh wait, for kicks, oh wait, for knees, oh wait, oh, very good, okay? So, main thing is, don't death grip for this one. You'll notice one hand here, one pad here, the other pad kind of rests on top, if you see, okay? It's using the pad to support itself. Try not to hold it all the way up because there's nothing supporting it, it will just slide, okay? I always want a little bit of pad to help support it so it doesn't come through to my body, it goes through to my hip instead of my stomach, okay? So that's holding pads for anything through the middle if you do not have a belly pad, okay? Now, once you've done that, we're gonna go on to kicks, obviously. Now, a couple of things that I see when people first hold pad for kicks, okay? First one, again, very scared of getting kicked, so they hold it here, okay? This is, you're super scared of getting kicked, all right? Which is understandable, but you don't need to be worried, okay? Secondly, what I also see is people just kind of go loose. They kind of just hold it here, so when people kick it, oh my gosh! It hits your face, okay? You have to still love tap to stop it from coming towards you, okay? Secondly, don't hold it horizontally, which means that the pads are facing down. If you hold it down, he wants to just kick straight up to get the meat of the pads. If he does try to kick it properly, he's gonna kick straight into you, okay? Because there's no surface area for them to kick, or even if they do kick it, it's gonna go straight into you because it's gonna slide, okay? So what you want to do, you want to hold the pads at a 45 degrees angle, pull your elbows in tight to your body, so again, your arms, the pads will dissipate the energy and not let it hit into a part of your body. So it kind of spreads the energy out, okay? So we'll do one side. When you do it, pull it in, hold it tight, and give it a little bit of love tap by bending instead of just using your arms. Okay, ready? One, hey, just a little bit. Two, hey, just a little bit. Three, okay, just go in a little bit. Turn 45 degrees so they can hit the meat of the pads. Okay, now, the other important thing with this is, okay, try not to turn it so it's like a tiny angle to your partner, okay? You want to turn it so it's almost, what would you say, like maybe 80 degrees from facing your partner. For those that don't know what 80 degrees is, it's about there. 90 degrees is here, 80 is here, all right? So you want to turn about 80 degrees so the majority of the pads should be hitting his shin, or his shin should be hitting the pads, because if you start doing this sort of thing, his shin is going to hit the edge of the pads, okay? And he won't like that, so what he'll do, he'll start turning. Yeah, he'll start walking around trying to hit, okay? And then what happens is, we start going in a circle. Okay, so kick, kick, see? He'll want to go in a circle because he doesn't want to hit the edge of the pads. So we just keep circling, circling, and this happens a lot, especially in a clockwise direction, okay? It happens very, very often. All right, so make sure you turn around so he gets the meat of the pads and you're facing about 80 degrees away. Okay, that way. Not quite all the way around, because here, I mean, you can still do it, but again, he might hit the edge of the pads on the front. Okay, so you kind of want to angle it so he gets the meat of the pads with the kicks with the shin. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, if you have any questions about hitting pads or holding pads for your partner, please drop us a message via our social media. But the main thing is just have fun, okay, whenever you're playing with pads. Okay, make sure you move around. Make sure they're at the right striking distance, okay? If you're holding pads for your partner, try not to be here to give them a kick, okay? If they try to kick here, nothing will happen. It will just be a really weird position, okay? Your partner will have to determine, yeah, social distance, okay? Find your distance, yeah, and then he knows where he needs to kick, okay? So try to find the right distance, and same thing with punches. I don't want to be here. Oh, no bueno, okay? So make sure you give them pads at the right distance, or if you're trying to force them into the right distance, yeah, get them to go at the right distance, okay? Now, one final word of advice for pad holding. There's quite a few different versions of holding pads in terms of the style. I'm one of those guys that really like to pressure the people doing the striking. So I will usually give them a lot of combos to throw, really get them to work everything, all the combos. So for example, jab cross, switch, forward switch, cross, knee, cross, kick, check, oh, didn't check, check, that's how I like to do it. I like to really mix it up and keep them active for the whole round. Okay? Keep their mind engaged and make sure they're always ready. Okay? But there's obviously different other versions, and you can pick it up however which you like. Okay? That's it for pad holding for beginners. Again, if you have any questions, please drop us a line via our social media. Cool? Have fun.